What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to an announcement video. Rafa Benitez just became Newcastle United's new manager. It's official, McLaren has been sacked. Let me know what do you think of this shocking news in the comments below. Will Rafa stay up with Newcastle or will they get relegated? He signed a 3-year contract, and I will be honest guys, when I first heard about this news yesterday, I was very happy that McLaren will be sacked because he has been just absolutely awful and the Newcastle fans deserve better. But when I heard that Rafa Benitez could be in talks to take over, I was very surprised, because to go from Real Madrid to Newcastle United, that's just mind-blowing. Like, imagine at the beginning of the season Rafa Benitez were preparing Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale to win the Champions League, and now he is going to train, I know disrespect, but the likes of Obertan and Taylor and the Paul Dummett to avoid relegation with Newcastle. And this is the beauty of football, that it's a roller coaster. You never know what will happen next. Who would have guessed this? I have huge respect for Rafa Benitez. In my eyes, he's one of the legendary managers in world football. He won the UEFA Cup, they won the Spanish League with Valencia, he won the Champions League in his first season with Liverpool, he won the FA Cup. And everywhere he goes, he wins trophies, and I think this is a brilliant appointment for Newcastle, because that club needs a manager like Rafa who will lift the fans, who will instill some tactical discipline in the Newcastle players. But Newcastle have been absolutely shocking, especially away from home, and they are just 1 point behind Sunderland. And I think Rafa can keep up Newcastle if he can get the players to understand his tactical idea, because the Rafa Benitez teams are always very well organized, they defend in a unit and they are very hard to beat. So if he can instill that tactical knowledge into the Newcastle players, which will be very hard because some of the Newcastle players, it looked like they stopped trying, they stopped playing with passion and desire. And I have a soft spot for Newcastle United, I will be honest. I don't support them, but I really like that club. They have some amazing fans, and the St James's Park have some of the best atmosphere in the Premier League, and I want them to do well. Of course not when they are playing Liverpool, but in other games. And to watch that club, who were once challenging for the Premier League title under Kevin Keegan, and they played some of the best football in England. At that time, they were actually rivaling Manchester United in terms of attractive football, and to see this club sink lower and lower each season, and they also got relegated not so long ago, like 4 or 5 seasons ago, when Andy Carroll burst onto the scene, and this club should be challenging for the top half of the Premier League, and I don't think they should be, you know, in the Champions League every season or anything like that, but they should be in the top half of the Premier League, challenging for maybe 6th place or 7th place, challenging for a European place. Because I remember when Alan Shearer was there and Craig Bellamy, they made it into the Champions League, and also they made it into the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup. And to see the club in a state like this, it's really unfair on the fans. And that Mike Ashley has been a disgraceful owner in my opinion, and I'm sure that Rafa Benitez wouldn't have taken the job if he didn't get assurances that he will get total control, because that's what he wants. He doesn't want to be a coach like Steve McLaren, he wants to be the manager who is responsible for everything, the player recruitment, the tactics and everything. And let's take a look actually at Newcastle United's remaining games. So Rafa Benitez will make his debut against Leicester City away, and then they have Sunderland and Norwich, 2 games which are massive because they are against relegation direct rivals, and they are also playing Swansea at home, they are playing Crystal Palace at home, and Aston Villa away. So those games, there are just 5 or 6 games which are actually winnable for Newcastle United in my opinion. And if they could win maybe 4 of them or 3 of them and get maybe a draw or 2 draws, I think they can stay up. But of course, it looks like Sunderland will be their main rival. I think Aston Villa are done and dusted, they are dead and buried. that's another story. What a shambles that big club has become. Because remember, Aston Villa won the European Cup, I think twice if I remember correctly. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season now, because not only the title race will be epic, not only the race for the top 4 will be very exciting, but the race to avoid relegation just got even more interesting, and I think those 4 teams will fight it out. Well, 3 teams, because Aston Villa are already down in my opinion, and Norwich, they look like they are really struggling for goals. But the thing is with Newcastle, that they have goals in their team. They have Wijnaldum and other players who can score goals, but I think they lacked that tactical discipline, and in some games they were just too easy to beat. Take a look at Newcastle's away record. They lost something like 12 games or 11 games in the Premier League away from home, and that's just not good enough. But I'm really hoping that Rafa Benitez can sort that club out, and I think he has a clause in his contract that if he goes down with Newcastle, he can get out of the contract, but that's just rumors. I'm not sure, and I never thought that I would see this headline: Rafa Benitez taking over Newcastle and saying "Come on, Toon Army." That just blows my mind. But I wish all the best for the Newcastle fans, all the best for Rafa Benitez. I will be watching their games and hoping that Rafa can keep that club up, because that club doesn't deserve to be in the Championship, that's for sure. Let me know what are your thoughts about this in the comments below, and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching guys, stay awesome, see you later, good night.